Is it proper to lower my religious standards for shalom bayis?
You realize how generic that question is. That question could have been worded in 100 different ways. Me and my spouse don't agree on this or that or the other. It doesn't even have to be religion. In any area of life, two people get together and live the way a husband and a wife live together, where they literally do everything together, there are going to be disagreements. It's just the way of the world. And of course, just like the question is very complex, the answer in one sentence is there is no answer that's universal. If somebody thinks that they can give one answer to this question, I don't know what to say. The Rebbe would never answer a question like that in a generic way. It's very personal, it's very individual. And of course, the answer is you have to do what's best for the marriage and what's best for Yiddishkeit. Yiddishkeit is very important. Yiddishkeit is our life. Yiddishkeit is not something we do as part of our life, as, so to speak, the obligations that we have. Yiddishkeit is who we are. We're Jews, we're Chassidim. Our world is our relationship with Hashem. Our world is Teiro mitzvahs. Our world is Simcha Shel Mitzvah and Simcha Shel Teira. This is what we do. We serve Hashem. And we live. So the answer to that question is you have to figure out how you best affect Shalom Bayis first, and how you can help raise your level and your spouse's level in terms of Yiddishkeit and in terms of Midas Tevis and in terms of all the good things that every human being needs as you progress, as you go through life. From the little bit that I know, and I know very little, I mean, it goes without saying that the Rebbe was an incredibly strong advocate for marriage. Right? The Rebbe really, really didn't easily take to the idea of people dissolving a marriage because they have a difference. And I know many instances, for a fact, personally, where one of the members of the couple was literally not frum, not Shemesh Shabbos, maybe not even Echel Kosher. And the Rebbe would not allow them to dissolve the marriage. The Rebbe wanted them to live together and make it work. And how does a couple, one of them is frum, and maybe even wearing a sheitel or a beard, and the other one is not frum at all? It takes incredible humility, it takes incredible dedication, and it takes incredible principle, and most of all, it takes a lot of selflessness. Right? Every marriages don't work if you're selfish. If you're selfish, you don't have a marriage. Now, are there selfish people who have marriages? Sure. If they serve each other, if I get from you what I want and you get from me what you want, so it works, but that's not what a marriage is. Marriage is two people becoming one, not two people exploiting each other. So if marriage is two people becoming one, it's all about accommodation, it's all about making it work. And the Rebbe expected couples to live together even if they were in incredibly different places in Teiro mitzvahs, and he encouraged it, and he put a lot of time and effort in sustaining such marriages. And certainly when you're talking about two frum people or two Lubavitcher people that have differences in terms of the Yiras Shamayim. But the specifics, in other words, the question you asked, should I come down to the level of my spouse or should I stay where I am and have these differences with my spouse? It's incredibly individual. It depends on the circumstance. You need a lot of seichel, you need a lot of humility, and you need a lot of kindness. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. And it works for both partners in a marriage. In a marriage, everybody makes compromises. And the marriage works because we have wisdom, because we have grown-upness. We're adults, right? Little kids are immature and selfish and impulsive and impatient and intolerant. So if children get married and they don't get exactly what they want, they get upset. And adults realize that the right thing to do is to give and to compromise and to give and to compromise. And you're not giving and compromising because you're a doormat. You're not giving and compromising because you have no value. You're giving and compromising because that's the right thing to do in a marriage. As many a wise person has said, a marriage is not two people coming together. It's two people making a commitment to something which is bigger than both of them, which is really God. And people make great compromises in marriage of all types to make the marriage work. If you could raise the standard in the home, of course you're going to raise the standard in the home. But you have to make it work. And you can't be a yesh. You can't say, I'm better than you because I'm more religious than you, so I'm going to fight with you and belittle you and put you down because you're not as from as I am. It's not Eibishter, it's not Yiddishkeit, it's not Teiro mitzvahs, it's ego and it's midas ras and it's destructive. You have to approach it with the understanding that the priority is to make the marriage work. And that's the channel through which you come to the decision of where you should put your frumkeit and where you should put your emphasis in frumkeit and where you should be more frum, where you should be less frum. Of course, it can't be in a marriage where there's no taras hamishpacha. It can't be in a marriage where the people don't have respect for each other and the marriage is not working on a human level. But there's so much written. So many people talk about marriage all day. I mean, this is one of the most important and frequently discussed and most popular topics. Marriages work because people make compromises. Marriages work because people want them to work. Marriages work because people are committed not only for their best interest, and not even for the best interest of their spouse, but the best interest for the home, the best interest for the family, for the home. And Hashem has to give us a lot of siyata d'shmaya and a lot of bracha and a lot of shalom. And then all of these things will fall into place with Hashem's help.